Most welcome to the Voice of Evolution. Hope you're doing well and understanding what is actually happening out there. Over here it's just snowing. I let the snow come into my brain and have some fun with that, because everything I touch, everything I see, everything I witness, I experience has an effect on my brain. And so does it affect your brain, because if we move in Unitarian consciousness, it's very important for me to keep up with extreme high vibrations in mentality and psychology, because that will affect you. So imagine how much we need to detect what other people are doing, and how we can assist each other this time around to build new stations of light in the community, wherever you live, but also have true dialogues and conversations that actually bring to new relationships that are so important, because everything we see this time around are people getting into a divorce, because they're being confronted with the true level, not only of self, but the true levels of their partner. So there's something good with all this lockdown. We're getting to see the truth, which is a level of acceptance we need to move through and make better choices for self, because many people just step on an very ignorant based level of relationship, that they think they're in love and start something out and then they're stuck with each other. But the basics, when they're not in friendship, we can see a lot of people going nuts with what they could not foresee in years ago, let's say. And I think also it's a time to upload a new database in our system, that we connect with the database of our true self and memory. What I'm trying to say here is that it could get very interesting for you if you can tap into that through meditation, actually, because tapping into your own database is tapping into actually your training before being downloaded on the earth. Everybody had some sort of training to put out their assignments on the airplane, and although we didn't think things would get that bad or that worse, but take the road of your biggest smile, I would suggest. Take the road of your sun stream, no matter what color that is, because every particular sun stream, one of the first 12 ways of creation, is so unique to every particular entity. And it's when starting to study that, you start to understand your database. And that is alignment upon alignment, and you can do that, for example, a week, and ask many light species, teams of light, tribes, the Elohim. If you can reach that dimensional frequency, which are the elements, you need, I guess, to at least host a 7-dimensional body with the spiritual, etherical bodies into it, and load that consciousness, and then you'll be assisted. It depends on the level of purification, clarity, and preparation you've been doing until now in your life as well. And so, today let's pull a card for my I Am cards as well, and that could match how you could re-evaluate relationships, what you expect from it, what you would not like to have entering your life ever again. I mean, all these things are very important. I'll give you some level of idea. Like if I want to connect to anyone, like I've been a hermit for the past 28 years. I cannot really have a relationship with anybody. My life is too interesting. Like I work like 18 to 20 hours a day because I'm so interested in everything the universe is putting out. I'm writing books, I'm writing out seminars, I'm getting, all that stuff together. But on the other side, it's not only that, because I could perfectly connect only to my eternal mate, which is my eternal partner, and that cannot come through the lower levels of creation, like partnering up like rabbits, as most people do, and having the sexual streams, is if that is part of your relationships, in the lower levels of density. So for myself, I never understood that. So I tried, but never did make any sense. When I see people having a loving vibration, having sexual intercourse, I mean, it doesn't make sense. It seems so low in creation, as the divine says. It was never meant to be. So I always go back to the memory lanes, and the memory lanes was in the earlier days of creation. Like, of course, there's always male-female aspect. That's the beginning field of creation, that entities would breathe true love and cherish a new seed to the power of their word and the air within. So they would breathe it into each other's system. And so the womb was created when people fell into the density. And let's say most entities only know the womb of creation to create children, right? But there's many other ways that will come back on the earth, and so I'm very eager to see that. I hope so. Like I'm somebody I could connect, like everybody that's interested in physics and in science, investigations, and working and exploring light frequencies, light waves, and creating together. So the tracks need to match, and ley lines, vertical, horizontal, diagonal, needs to match or be complementary, actually. Because let's say if I fail in, or not really failing, but if I get a design from the divine and that pulsates through, and I want to get my information, and I get some designs through my feet, and then in the center of my brain in my capstone, and maybe some codes even attached to that design. So a design within a design, which is sacred geometrical patterns, cultivating new life within, actually. I don't know if I said this well. But here, it would be great for me if I had a good partner, and that would be on the same ley line like an eternal mate is. And he would complement my design with his construction. And so from that completion, you create the next design and the next and the next. You understand what I'm saying? That is relationships that build and build and build. So I had that, when I was younger, always building and learning. And I stayed with somebody for 14 years, like when I was 18 or something, till my 32. And that was great to learn. And then all of a sudden we split, but we didn't explain anything. There was nothing to explain. We just didn't talk for a week, and then we split. And it has never been explained. Pretty weird, isn't it? Yeah. It's, we can discuss. It's different for everybody. Like I do need people. People need, a warm, loving arm around them, and I do need that too. I do agree. But then again, there is a level we can put out into the universe and asked the universe how we could match that higher frequency and attract the best of vibes that we desire, or even work together. Like, I like to have a partner just to work together, exchange information and data, which is very, very important. So yeah, I pulled a card here today from my I Am cards, sorry, this way, and my Celtic knot with the Sword of Truth coming from Shambhala, the Gold Way, the Black Universe, the Black Omnipotent Universe, which has nothing to do with the old black magic, but the true black magician that is of spiritual origin and never cut that down anyway. So how appropriate. I'm one with my database, the envelopes. Uh-oh, look at that, can you see it? The envelopes, I love. And of course you see, let's say, you see the gold way, you see the male-female aspect connecting to the brain, opening the gates of all, these are all envelopes, and that is envelope upon envelope of information that is coming through. And so there is a necessity to really connect, not with a soulmate, but an eternal mate. Soulmate is not still getting you into the level of low consciousness and moving beyond that in spirit consciousness. You will see, you will reject that quite easily. So opening up the gate to, the envelopes, eternal data. So let's see what the book has to say to that. It's all connected to the element water, you know, my I Am Presence book. And so we all came down to earth with quite some luggage, not baggage. It's all a matter of remembering how we can load on knowledge and information back into the brainwaves. That should work like mental brilliance, which is not oftentimes the case due to mind mentality or ego and this low consciousness. So as I said, anytime I just pull a card, it just matches. So I started off with memory cards. That will really assist you if you could rise into that and allow that for a week, let's say, in meditation. And so, it's all about leaving the earth debris and moving into earth evolution data stations that are necessary to rise into the terrain of known as light earth Atlantis and high-level science, physics, astronomical content. Oh yes. Either way, I don't even have to pull a card because I can foretell what is coming out. So this type of artwork is very, very important in its energetic outlet and looks more like a fire vibration than a water flow. Yet information and data moves through the water content, so releasing the old waters and working with the oceans to release the emotions and moving into the higher sensations with your data station. And just ask the divine where your data station is stationed upon this earth plane, and then you can connect with it through the ley lines on the ground. And so if you come face to face with this card, you must at least be very interested in the direct road to your data, which is available today. It's all a matter of alignment to that particular space on earth through which you can best channel your teachings, so knowledge, new adjustments, your records that need assisted transition from earth into light earth along its population and many, many species. So I was already foreseeing it. I'm looking when I first brought this book out in 2018. Okay, I wanted to see. And So, yeah, I knew that was going to happen, but then again, many beautiful things will happen. And just, align to that, and maybe, whenever I come up with information, it is just to assist you to grow into the higher levels of psychology and intelligence. No matter where you're at, we can all open up the beauty of divine content, actually. And there are many ways to get to the divines, as long as you have your direct connect to your source, your spark, your spirit self within. So yeah, I truly love that card. Yeah, it's such a strong connection. Yeah, the envelopes. So beautiful people. It's the heart measure that needs to measure to the heart frequency you wish to have in any relationship, not only in partnering with a human being, but also your relationship with your data station, your relationship with the earth, your relationship with the elements, your relationship to food. Everything is interrelated. So if you have any questions, just shoot. I love comments, and thank you so much for subscribing, assisting my channel to grow, and thank you for being with me this time around. So, okay, keep it safe and keep it upgraded, because it's an excellent time to do that. Green light go, right? See you next week, okay?